PhD Tech in 2004. Then he worked as a software engineer in Infosys from 2004 to 2006. Then he is rendering his service as CEO in Cirrus Motorsports India Private Limited from 2013. He started his own concern named Raylan in the year after 2019, and also he is working as a adjacent faculty in Birla Institute of Technology and Science, Pilani from January 2019. Thank you, sir. I hand over section to Mr. Sajid, sir.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for the introduction.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Good afternoon. So, hope I'm audible to everyone.
Yes, I'm audible, sir.
Okay, great. Okay, let me see if I can share my screen as well. Right. So, so ma'am did give a small introduction about myself. So I'm just checking if you're able to see the screen here. Hope this is visible. So I'm Sajid, Sajid Kumar MM. So I call myself as a cross-domain professional. So a cross-domain professional in the sense I work with different technology, different domains. Though my background is from mechanical, I've been primarily working with the automotive domain for the last 15 years, and my specialty lies in the areas where the fields of traditional mechanical sciences, electrical electronics, and CSIT. So all of these things converge, and that is primarily with respect to e-mobility. So e-mobility, electric vehicles, IoT, autonomous applications, and those areas primarily. So now I do two different I do juggle two different careers. So one side I run my own engineering consultancy, which is called as Rain Lab. So Rain Lab, we offer technical consultancies as well as training programs for students and colleges, faculties alike. And on the other side, I work with BITS Pilani as an adjunct faculty and also as a subject matter expert, where I teach at the WILP division. I teach courses on automotive engineering and automotive electronics. So that's about myself, what I've been doing. So before we kick in, I would like to probably start this session by asking a small question. I mean, just for me to understand, right? So every time before we move on, there is something like the agenda and the goal setting which we do. So I just wanted to ask a couple of quick questions. So since this whole program has been about electric vehicles and we've had pretty eminent speakers speaking, so I just wanted to kind of check if there is anything specific that you have in mind with respect to this session. If you want to take something away from this. So my agenda for this would be like something like I would be more interested. I would be happy if I could probably introduce some things on the battery technology and charging, because these go hand in hand. Looking at one without the other is not going to be possible. So this is basically my agenda for the day. But if there is anything that you as the audience, if you have something in mind which you would want me to do, then there is always things which we can do to maybe take that into consideration as well. So very quickly, if you could just type it out in the chat box for me. If you have any specific requirements, I would be happy to just speak about that as well. So to give you an idea, at Rain Lab, we have the expertise to build a complete electric vehicle. So that means right from the chassis, suspension, all the mechanical components, moving into the electrical components of it, motors, your power electronics, chargers, and integrating everything, writing the software, maybe putting an IoT system. That's basically our expertise. So if there is anything specific that you want to do with it, I could possibly get in with it. So there is Kirtan Krishna. Okay. Importance of NVH. Okay, that's something which we can always do. Okay, and anything else? So have you kind of like had a big picture experience about how someone goes and designs electric vehicles? Are you aware of the fundamentals of batteries, battery technologies, or basically I'm just trying to see where I could start so that I don't bore you with what I think would be needed. Okay, no batteries. Okay, great. Anything other than this specifically? So I could probably like do something. I'll just go ahead and write a couple of topics what I think could be relevant or what I'm going to be talking about, and you probably like could let me know which one you want me to concentrate more on. So the first one would be mathematical modeling, right? How do you write mathematical equations, mathematical modeling? We also have control theory. We have regarding NVH, yes, NVH definitely yes, and yes, regeneration, pretty much all of those things comes in there. Maybe I could talk about system design and integration as well, right? So this is primarily how we go about with it. So anything in this areas, or so now the fourth one could also be with NVH. We have already agreed on that. Is there anything else you would want me to go through with it? I can probably like do that. If not, then let's just fix up these things and let's move on with it. And I believe that you would want me to start with the battery basics. Is this correct? I mean, as in, because I don't understand the profile of my audience, so I'm just trying to understand it. So if you could let me know what background you are from. If you're primarily from the mechanical sciences, then maybe I can spend a bit more time on the battery basics. If you are from the triple E and those domains, then I can kind of skip with it and probably like go on with it. Can someone help me out with it, please? Like what your profiles are, what kind of a background you are from, so that I could probably like make things a lot more interesting. Okay, triple E, mechanical. Okay, right. So just quickly type out what you're from. So maybe going with what we have right now, I think automotive mechanical sciences, we have a bit more extra. Um, Only a couple of people from Tripoli. Okay, right. So let me quickly go through with this. Okay, now maybe now that people from the mechanical sciences, maybe I could do the battery basics. Maybe for people from the Tripoli background, if you are unaware of how exactly a car is going to work, or if you're kind of not aware of it, then basically we can see if we can put that in as well. So right, we kind of make a trade-off between both. Thank you everyone. So I'll do something. So let me kind of like see if this works out for you. So first I will start with mobility basics, right? So mobility basics is trying to answer questions about how much power or torque do we need to push a vehicle, right? So that is basically mobility, and that's basically where we're going to start with. So now, if you were to design a car or a truck, how much kilowatts of a motor do you need? What kind of a motor do you need? Do you need a gearing? So some little basics about that. We'll just very quickly, not more than 5 minutes, touch upon that, and then let's go to what we call as the energy sources. Again, I will skip all the different types of energy sources and just stick to batteries alone. And when we speak about batteries, I'll just go with some background information on this basics, um, battery packs and certain things like that. And once we have done with it, let's go into a very important topic of the day, which is going to be ECM, equivalent circuit modeling of batteries. um, we'll see how we could basically like model batteries as mathematical equations. And once you have equivalent circuit modeling, then you could basically get into chargers. You could basically model chargers, and you could you know test these mathematical equations together. So if you want to build a charger or if you want to build a battery pack, you can understand how they work together. So these things, how they work together, the simulation, what we do, that is what we call as the technology. That process is called as model-based development. So I can very briefly touch upon this as well, if you like. We would probably be using MATLAB Simulink for this, and we would do what is called as a MIL, model in the loop testing for this. So I believe this might actually be a good enough thing for us. So which means, unfortunately, the session is not going to be over by today. So anyways, I think I have a slot for tomorrow as well, the same time. So we'll probably like try to cover this whole thing in about 3 hours. So all of these things, whatever comes in over here, this would probably be available for us tomorrow. We'll be able to cover the basics, and today we should be able to start off with the absolute fundamentals, and hope we are able to get that thing covered up. So does this sound like a plan? Is this something which would make sense for you? If it does, then probably just if you could quickly type in a yes, or if you are no or something, please do type in. If this works for everyone, then please do let me know. Maybe I'll just yes. Okay. Okay, so I hope I'm able to kind of keep this thing interesting as well, right? So let me open up my slides. Just give me a second while I reshare slides. Do I go for yeah, I think I'm pressing the slides. Just give me a second, please. So these slides are going to be from one of our training programs. So some of it might be too basics. I might have to skip over some of the materials. Right, I hope the screen is visible for you. So this is one of the very first programs that we have done. And in fact, I do teach electric hybrid vehicles at BITS Pilani, where my students are from the automotive industry. So this is a course which we have, which I've personally been teaching, which I've personally been developing over the last 3 years, right? So hopefully this should kind of keep you interested. Let's start on with it, right? So the primary thing, whenever we talk about it, there is quite a lot of misconceptions. So this is something which is going to probably like work around the misconceptions for you and take things from there. You're still able to see the slideshow, right? Are you able to see the PPT window, the PowerPoint window? Yes. Okay. Great. Super. So, so there are a lot of misconceptions about what exactly e-mobility is about. So, whenever I ask people, they do confuse between e-mobility and electric vehicles, right? So there are two different things. E-mobility is the paradigm that we are seeing. So paradigm is a completely new way of you to look at mobility. That is e-mobility, right? And e-mobility actually comprises of 4 components. So the first type of technology that we're going to be seeing is something called as